Bang.
I ain't taking nothing but win.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NFL show. Unscripted Sports Show for the NFL picks with my brother and Chris. My brother and Cliff. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It was a pretty decent week 13. Thursday games were Thursday and Friday were probably the best games. Sunday was okay, and yesterday was not yesterday, Monday. I didn't even watch the second. Did I even watch a game? I don't think I even watched a game on Monday. Yeah, I decided not to watch the game on Monday. I kept the score, but it was not a fun game to watch. Did you watch the game, guys, on Monday?
Not really. When the game played out, it was supposed to play out.
Exactly. And then Sunday night, I watched the first half, and then I watched the second half. But Commanders stayed in the game. It was mostly the same as all the other top teams struggling this week. You got the Eagles, the Lions, and the Ravens all losing outright, and they were all favorites. Ravens and Eagles were favorites by 7, and they lost. The Rams lost. I called that. Rams lost, and they were 10-point favorites. Broncos almost lost. They were. I want to say they were double digits themselves. No, they were only 6, I think. But yeah, a lot of these teams didn't cover besides the Patriots. I think the Patriots are the only ones that covered that were like double-digit favorites. I think they were double digits. Were they double digits? I don't even know. But I think this week is going to be back to the favorites covering.
Just looked it up. I think the Patriots were 7-point favorites.
Oh, they were 7? Okay.
Yeah.
So they were the only ones that were like 7-point favorites that won.
Yep.
Which expected. I mean, the Patriots are dominating right now. They look like the old Patriots from the Brady days. Everybody, all the Patriots fans are saying, "We're back." We'll see in the playoffs. We'll see. You might get that wake up call in the playoffs. Right now, they're playing great, but they haven't hit that wall yet. They haven't had their worst football played yet. The Eagles have, the Ravens have, and the Packers have. Even those teams have struggled, but they've maintained ground. Patriots haven't struggled yet. We'll see in the playoffs. What were your guys' thoughts on this past week, Clinton?
Thursday. Let's see. The Sunday games were good. I have to say, I really enjoyed watching the Commanders Broncos game. That was a game worked out better than I expected it to be. You're not seeing it going overtime. The Panthers beating the Rams, that was another surprise. No, I didn't really see that coming. I thought that was an easy Rams blowout.
Yeah, I had a feeling because Rams coming cross country and everybody was so high on them, and the Panthers coming off that Monday night loss. I just thought it was the right spot for the Rams to probably lose.
The Cowboys winning on Thanksgiving, that was shocking.
Yeah. Same thing with the Lions losing. I mean, that wasn't a shocker, but kind of was. I thought we all had the Lions getting revenge. So What were your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I think said it before. I think this season there's a lot of parity. There's a lot of surprises. There's no clear cut best team, especially now that the Rams lost. So yeah, good
The
good set
Bears
of
are
games
number
though.
one team.
Yeah, but they're
We
not
saw
that
that
good.
they started 0-2, and now they're not number one overall seed right now.
Bears aren't
And
that good. Their strength schedule is very bad. Their strength of victory is very bad, and their point differential is very bad. So the fact that the Eagles lost to them means that the Eagles aren't a good team either right now. So could change next week, but right now the Eagles are not a good football team.
yeah, and I know they started 4-0, but I don't think the Eagles have played their best football yet. I mean, at least I don't think
Maybe
so.
they
I know
did, and who knows if they'll play any better football. That's the problem. So I don't know.
Exactly. So last week, each of us made our picks. Clint went 4-4, so he's 12-12 on the season. Myself and Chris both went 3-5. He's 23-17. I'm 24-16. So Clint is a week behind, I think, because I think he missed a week. But yeah, we all had the Cliniff. We mostly had the same picks, but Cliniff is the only one that had the Bengals. I'm the only one that had the Panthers, and I'm the only one that had the Commanders. That was just the Panthers, but I really did think the Panthers would win because they were at home. Commanders, I didn't think. I don't know. They went for 2 at the end, which was ballsy, but they didn't have anything to lose. Their season's over, so why not, right? We're at home. You don't want to go to overtime. It's late, so I thought that was a ballsy play to go for 2, but you have nothing to lose. So moving on, did Slay sign with the Bills? I saw.
I had no idea.
I saw Darius Slay signed, but I know he's trying to clear waivers, and the Eagles might have been interested, but I think he might have signed with the Bills. But moving on to Week 14 tomorrow, Cowboys Lions. This is going to be interesting game. Cowboys on the road. No more home cooking for them. I think the Lions make a statement here. The Lions have been struggling the last 2 weeks, just like the Eagles. The Lions get back on track here, and I think they actually probably hand it to the Cowboys tomorrow night, and put the Cowboys back in their place. Who wants to go next?
Is it Cowboys Commanders tomorrow?
Cowboys and Lions.
Cowboys Lions. Oh, Lions are going to beat them. No. What? Oh, you're talking about on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I don't know. Cowboys are hot right now. Offense is top 5, maybe top 3. Defense is playing at least average, which is all they really needed, but it's probably too little too late. So I'm not worried about them. Their chances of making playoffs are still pretty low. There's no way they're winning the NFC East. I think the Eagles are minus 1,000, which is the biggest, the best odds for any team to win their division. So not worried about that. Yeah. So I also hate the Cowboys.
You have the Lions winning? Yeah, Lions or Cowboys? Who you have winning?
I
don't know what the spread is,
have Lions.
Plan? What are your thoughts on this game? And your pick?
I'm going to pick. I'll see the Lions will win. I think the fairy tale end is the Cowboys are gone. And, well, they play well around this time of year anyway. So I'm not going to hold it to them. But the downfalls, and usually downfall come. Usually
December.
December downfall will come.
Yep.
Think it. They're just getting people hyped up for a big letdown. And I think people are using an excuse of the death of the teammate. It's kind of weak. I don't think so. That wears out. You're done. It's time for you to put back to your place and back to your 30 years of worthlessness.
Exactly.
I'm glad you said that, Kenneth. Like R.I.P. to Marshawn Nealand. It's very, very sad that he passed away, but I did not know who that man was until he passed, and I'm sure half the Cowboys roster didn't know who he was. So
Well,
for them to
he scored his first touchdown in the Cardinals game.
yeah.
And the next day, that's when he died. He took his life. So
Yeah, very, very sad. But I'm just not a fan how they're parading around and using his memory to push a
win game.
story. Yeah, and to win games. Like, come on, that's weird. So glad you said something.
Yep. I feel the same way. Now it's Sunday games. We have an interesting matchup here. Another team that's trying to get back into playoff spot. The return of Joe Burrow last Thursday night on Thanksgiving. He gave the Bengals a spark, and you could see a little bit of Joe Burrow back. Jamar Chase didn't have a great game. He didn't have a touchdown, but the Bengals played well. Their defense held them to 14 points. Held forced 3 turnovers on Lamar Jackson at home. I was impressed by the Bengals, but they're going to Buffalo. A tough place to play. I think the Bills win here. I think the one game back is what they did. And it was against the Ravens. It was against division opponents. So, of course, they're going to be up for that game on Thanksgiving. So, I think the Bills win. What do you guys think? Who wants to go?
I'm not counting the Bengals out. And
You're not counting
been playing hot and cold. I think the Bengals. I'm set on the Bills loss.
You think the Bengals can make a run here?
Yes.
I could see it. If they beat the Bills, they could win. They won 5 straight last year. They almost missed the playoffs last year. How about you, Chris? Are you taking the Bengals, Cliff?
Yeah, yes I am.
Yeah, I think Bengals are hot right now. They're going to start their push. I think Bills are still going to make the playoffs. Honestly, the Bills might be my team to come out of the AFC, but I think for narrative purposes, the Bengals are going to make a push here. I don't think it's going to be worth anything, obviously, because they're 2-8, or I don't even know their record, but Joe Burrow's back.
They're 4-8, you know? Yeah. They're only
so
2
they're
games
gonna
back from Ravens.
They're gonna make a BS push here. So Bengals are probably gonna win, but it's not gonna mean anything in the end.
Yeah. Well, the next game could determine the division, if you want to say. Ravens could slowly put this division away, or the Steelers can get back in it. And I think they would tie them. No, I think they're only 1 game back. I forget. I have to check. But the Steelers and Ravens finally meet the first time this season. I think the first time this season. Ravens didn't look good on Thanksgiving. Lamar Jackson had 3 turnovers. 1 pick and 2 fumbles, I believe. The Steelers didn't play well against the Bills, so they're both coming off losses against the 2 teams that are playing each other themselves. So I have the Ravens winning here, but this rivalry, anything can go, and usually the road team probably wins. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers won, but I think the Ravens bounce back here. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I agree. I think they bounce back here after a bad loss.
What do you think?
What's the
Dave?
spread?
I'm not sure. Hold on. I don't have my phone.
Oh, good. Don't worry about it.
I'll look it up right now. I'm gonna guess because Ravens Steelers it's usually close.
I'll guess like maybe 4, maybe 3, maybe 4, something like that.
Bengals
were 7. Ravens and Bengals are 7. So I imagine Steelers would be 3 or 4. 4.5 is my guess.
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
Hello?
Yeah. What do you think, Clint?
So I'm gonna give it to Ravens to win this game, and I think we're tell you the truth. I think we're reaching the end of Mike Tomlin. Mike
They
Tomlin.
said Mike Tomlin might coach Penn State next.
Well, it's not even that.
Oh,
I just think I think Mike Tomlin's over. The magic wore off of Mike Tomlin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Are there
Great
rumors
coach,
about
but-
him going to Penn State?
Ben Roethlisberger. I said on his podcast that he would be a good fit, which I agree. I also agree, Clint, at that. I just think his time's up in Pittsburgh. Great coach, but it's time. And of course-
Chris, the spread is actually 5.5.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, especially for a Steelers Ravens game. After the
Steelers are
Ravens
1 game
lost.
back.
I think they're 1 game.
Steelers are
back.
1 game back. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Ravens lost last week.
Division is close,
They
like we
both
all
lost.
thought it was going to be, but they're all dog shit. So
Yeah.
they're all terrible. 9 games might win that division, which is crazy.
Yeah, especially for a Ravens team that had. I mean, you had Lamar Jackson miss 3 games, so who knows if they would win those 3 games they missed. I mean, he got smoked by the Chiefs.
Aaron Rodgers is washed. Burrow was out. Browns are the Browns, and Lamar Jackson was hurt.
Yep, and then they blew that game against the Bills in the first game of the season. So that could be interesting. I mean, the Bills are not playing for division, but that would have been interesting for seeding if that had come down to that. But next game, so we all have the Ravens. That's an interesting name for Penn State because I'm surprised they haven't hired anybody yet. You have all these other teams that have hired coaches already: LSU, Florida, Arkansas, even Kentucky. All these, I know they're SEC teams, but Penn State's the 3rd, 4th biggest program in Big Ten, and they haven't. And they fired their coach 2 months ago. They still haven't hired anybody. Even Virginia Tech hired. I mean, they hired James Franklin, but I'm surprised that they haven't hired anybody and started the process of transfer portal. I guess they're waiting for somebody. I think Brian Kelly would be a good name for them. But next game, you have a big matchup in the AFC North and AFC South. Who would have thought this in the beginning of the season? Colts and Jags fighting for first place. Colts are look like they're on a free for all. They're struggling the last couple weeks too. Jags pulled up. They won last week. They blew out the Titans. On the road. I got the Jags here, winning at home. I think Jacksonville's doing really well. How about you, Clint?
I want to take the Colts. The Colts find a way to win.
Until they get back on track themselves.
Yeah.
How about you, Chris? You're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
And who do you agree with?
no, let me see. Let me think about this for a second. So the spread's 1.5. I think Jags take it.
Yeah.
Colts were hot. Daniel Jones is still kind of banged up. Not that he's good to begin with. But
He's showing signs of the old Daniel Jones a little bit,
yeah, he's hurt.
but he's hurt too. Got to give him credit. He's playing with banged up knee, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
Got the guy credit. I'll give him credit there. Probably the biggest game of the weekend. Who would have thought this? Bears and Packers. Bears and Packers fighting for first place. I mean, we knew the Packers would, but the Bears trying to keep that first place hold, and not just in the division but in the conference. And the Packers, at home, they're hot right now too. I got the Packers smoking them. I think the Packers bring the Bears back to back to earth. This is a wake up call for, not a wake up call, but a reality check for the Bears. I think the Packers make a statement here. Just like they did on Thursday against the Lions. I do think
I
the
think
Packers win.
I like the Packers as well. Jordan Love numbers during Toyotathons. I don't know if you saw that. They're insane. He's like playing like
Against the Bears?
he's like first and no, during Toyotathon every December, Jordan Love plays really, really well. It's like kind of like Kyle Schwarber with Hoagie Fest. For whatever reason, they
Oh.
play well during this time of year.
Okay. How about you, Clint? You're gonna take the Packers too? You see the Bears get back to reality?
I wanted to go take the Bill. Take the Bill. The Packers would win.
You're on the road?
Yeah. I just don't see. I mean, the Packers are really banged up right now. And the Bears
Yeah,
looking
that's
hot.
true. Yeah. And they both have had this long rest. With Packers play Thursday, Bears play Friday, so they both have equal rest. But I just think the Bears are going to come back to reality just like the Cowboys, but we'll see. Who knows? You said the Packers are banged up, so that could be a big factor, especially in the divisional game. I think everybody's going to be in the Packers, but we'll see. Next game is Seahawks and Falcons. The Falcons have been a disappointment, probably one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL besides the Chiefs. But the Seahawks, one of the most surprising teams in the NFL. Sam Darnold leading the charge, mostly dominating their games. Their defense is elite. The Falcons lost their quarterback for the season, so Kirk Cousins is the quarterback for the rest of the season. Yeah, so the Falcons lost their franchise quarterback for the season, who I think had torn ACL or something. I think it's a torn ACL. So Seahawks going to Atlanta. Is this where maybe the Falcons get an upset here, or did the Seahawks get wrong? I'm gonna go out on the limb and say the Falcons. I think this could be similar to last week with the Carolina and
I think I think the Falcons may cover, but I don't know if they win.
so you take the Seahawks, but
Yeah.
just straight up.
Seahawks to win. Straight up.
Prina, you're the tiebreaker.
Well, I want to take the Seahawks to win as well. I don't see nothing special. The Falcons lost Michael Phoenix, Kirk Cousins. It's just Kirk Cousins. Nobody no more.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just picking the Falcons just to be a little different here. But it could be because I think the Seahawks and I think the Seahawks have taken. I think they're tied with the Rams now. So I don't, and I think they play each other next week. So this could be a look ahead. But next game, Sunday Night Football, Texans and Chiefs. The Chiefs are trying to come off that loss to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Texans are coming off the big win against the Colts, trying to get back in the AFC South race. Chiefs are trying to make the playoffs themselves. Chiefs are at home. Sunday Night Football. I think the Chiefs roll here. Not roll. I can't say that anymore because every time I say that they lose. So I'm just gonna pick the Chiefs to win by 3. But I think the Texans cover. Let me see the spread on that. Yeah, the Chiefs cover. I mean the Texans cover. It's 3.5. The old 3.5 line. What do you think, Chris?
Let me check the spread real quick. I like the Chiefs. I think Texans are playing pretty well right now. Texans are a dark horse to go to the Super Bowl because the AFC is so bad. But I got the Chiefs.
Yep. Say you, Prina.
I want to take the Texans. I think that the Texans defense, you can't sleep on them.
Yeah, they're considered number 1 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, really good.
It's their offense that struggles. But their defense is elite. So is the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is not anything to sneeze at either.
Chiefs are just weird this year. Well, they're just not winning the games that they usually do, which I guess after years of winning close games, it's finally coming back to bite them. Or
Yep.
evening out, I should say.
Yeah, I did. As you said earlier, as you said at the beginning of the show, this is a weird year in the NFL. Even in college football, it's the same thing.
Yeah, like Indiana's what, number 2? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Great coach, but
Back-to-back
I
years,
never
they're-
expected them to be number 2.
Yeah. I mean, they were good last year too. So, but I didn't think they would be this good again. But
Yeah,
I
even
think they're
getting in the
gonna probably get
playoffs last
smoked by
year
the
was a
Bucs.
surprise, but now they're just highly ranked, and they got guys who probably going to win the Heisman at this rate.
Yep. Yeah.
So
And they play Ohio State on Saturday. I think Ohio State smokes them, but they'll still make the playoffs. They're not large, so
yeah,
and then to end the week, Chargers and Eagles, Monday Night Football. Eagles traveling cross country to LA. Play the Chargers on Monday Night Football. This is I forgot what is this Nickelodeon special or whatever they're doing. I forgot.
Monster
Yeah.
special. Disney Monsters.
Huh? Oh
Disney
yeah.
Monster special.
So
Yeah.
there's going to be on multiple channels, even Nickelodeon. I think.
No, it's just on Paramount Plus. Oh, Disney Plus, I should
ESPN.
say. It's Disney
And
Plus
ESPN. Yeah.
and ESPN.
Yep. And ABC for local. I'm gonna take the Eagles to bounce back. I mean, it took them last week, took them the week before, but I think going cross country, Chargers. I don't. Any update on Mr. Hubert?
I don't think he plays. I mean, he just had surgery. I don't know. I'd be shocked. But no updates.
He
Yeah.
didn't he
They didn't
finish the
officially
game?
rule him out. He did, but he had a hurt hand. But then, I mean, surgery puts you out. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll have to be wearing like a soft cast at the very least if he plays. So I'd be shocked if he plays,
just-
but they haven't ruled him out.
It's his left hand, right? Not his throwing hand.
It's not his throwing hand, but still.
Yeah. I mean, the extra day, I guess, helps, but I guess that's why he had surgery right away. So I don't think he plays either.
I'd
So we're
be
going to
very
see
surprised if he did.
Train Ed.
Yeah.
So we'll be
Who in the preseason
playing on
game
Train Ed.
looked pretty good. That first preseason game, I forget who it was. He played most of the snaps. He looked really good. So I don't know.
I got the Eagles here. I'm not going to say they're going to smoke them because I can't say they can smoke anybody right now. So
Yeah.
every week I say they're going to make a statement, but they haven't. I'm hesitant to take the Eagles, but I'm taking the Eagles.
Taking the Eagles as
Wow.
well.
I'm taking the Chargers. I'm going with State. That's it. And to prove me wrong. That's what I'm at with the Eagles right now. Prove me wrong.
I don't blame you, kind of.
I don't blame
can't
you
blame you.
either.
But I did
Part of
see
me
a
wants to take the Chargers, but part of me says this is a bounce back game. But I said that last week too, and they were at home. But maybe going to LA on the road will help this team. Maybe they just need a road trip. I don't know. They just had a road trip to Dallas, but that's a divisional game. But I don't know. They had it. What 10? It will be 10 days off. So it's a mini bye. So maybe they can get their shit together. I don't know. There's rumors of Frank Wright maybe coming back next year. I don't know. We can't talk about the OC because he's going to be here rest of the season, so it doesn't matter now. But would you guys like to see Frank Wright back if
No.
it opens up?
No. No. Give me someone who's not like 80 years old. Like give me a young guy. Give me someone who has fresh ideas. It's like going back to the well for it just that was Super Bowl 7 years ago. That first Super Bowl we
Yeah.
won with Frank Reich. Like there's a
And
reason he
SEC
wasn't successful. There's a reason.
Yeah. And he was just
No,
he was
I don't
retired.
think it's not because. All right, so here's why I look at it when it comes to coaches. When you get a young guy as your offensive coordinator, they're more likely to get poached when time comes when it's hiring season. When you look at someone like Victor Joseph, he's fine where he's at. He's not interested in coaching no more. I mean, he wants to coach, but he's not interested in the head coaching jobs no more. So bringing someone back like Frank Wright would actually be better because number one, I don't think he's not looking to become a head coach again. He had a taste with the Colts, and that was down south. He's a good offensive line, and I think he could turn the team around.
I agree, but it's you typically don't see offensive coaches stay. Like I don't see any tenured offensive coaches in the league that have been in the team for a number of years. Good offensive coordinators leave because that's just the nature of the league. Or if you take a look at your Spags, you take a look at your Vic Fangio's, those are old guys that just like doing defense. So I don't. I mean, you're right. Probably with Frank Reich, he probably doesn't want to be a head coach again. But I just want someone to have. It's a good problem to have a coach who's good enough to want to be a head coach. So I mean, the Eagles have had that blessing. It's just they're just picking the wrong guys. Like Brian Johnson and Kevin Petula were in the building for a long time. There's a reason those guys never got pushed for an OC job because they just weren't good. So they're just picking the wrong guys at this point. So
You,
I don't know.
you need
I
somebody like
think
Kellen Moore.
yeah, and then
I
like
don't
you
know
go
who
back to
he
the
is.
problem, like Clemens just said that he's going to get poached again. So that's just it comes down to the head coach. Like, what is Nick Sirianni ultimately adding? Like, he's a great CEO coach. He gets these guys ready. They're competitive, but his scheme sucks. Like, it's I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say anymore. It's like this is the second time around, and like it's the most vanilla scheme in the league. So I don't know.
It
It's
would
very
be
strange.
weird.
Very strange.
It would be weird because wasn't Sirianni the OC under Frank Wright?
Yeah.
and then if Frank Wright comes back, he would be the OC under Nick Sirianni. That would be weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they are good
Yeah.
friends. That's his mentor. I heard. I think they are pretty close. So I wouldn't leave the door closed for that reunion. Maybe even for 1 or 2 seasons. Another name is Brian Dable. His connection with Jalen Hurts from Alabama. So those are 2 names I've heard.
I don't know. I mean, he sucks too. Like he
Yeah.
had so many years with the Giants. He had 1 playoff appearance. 1. So
Oh,
how like at least with
Listen.
Kellen Moore, like he orchestrated one of the top offenses in the league in Dallas, like for several years. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the solution
yeah,
is.
Kellen Moore was only just an offensive guy. Difference between your head coach controlling a whole team and systems, then just focusing, then having just the responsibility of one section of a team and one basic playbook.
I get
Not
that, but
saying
the
I want
Giants
Brian Gable here.
offenses weren't
No,
good. I don't
not
think
saying I
the
want
Giants
Brian
offenses were
Gable
ever
here,
good.
but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there is a big difference of being a offensive, defensive, special teams compared to just being a head coach.
For sure. I 100% agree, but it's ultimately Brian Dable. It was ultimately Brian Dable's scheme. He was calling plays in New
Yep.
York, and I don't think that offense was good. The 1 year with Saquon Barkley where they went to the playoffs. But look what Daniel Jones is doing the moment he leaves. So you're saying that like he goes to a completely different scheme and is successful, but he looked terrible in New York under Brian Dable's scheme. So I don't
Look what the Giants had, though. Besides Saquon Barkley, what kind of real threats to caliber
That's
players?
true. That's true. But you also, on the flip side, look at Kyle Shanahan does year in and year out. They're always hurt. Chris McCaffrey missed all of last year, and they were still good. Like the good
Kyle
ones, the
Shanahan,
best play callers.
well, those are like that's a rare gem. Him and Sean McVay, those two. It's not.
Kevin
Those are diamond.
O'Connell.
They're a class
Like
within
those 4
itself.
are the best. Yeah. But those guys came out of nowhere. Like Shanahan was in Washington with McVay and McDaniels, and Washington wasn't during the RG3 years. It's not like they were setting the world on fire. So there are, I guess, what I want for the Eagles is a younger guy, an unknown guy, probably someone like Kevin Patullo, but who's actually good at their job. Where it's like, okay, like someone who like knows modern, like Ben Johnson came out of nowhere. right? And he's probably the best play caller in this season. Like what he's doing with the Bears. Like you have these guys that like just need opportunities that are innovators. And like Frank Reich is fine, but he's not an innovator. Like I want someone. This team needs someone who's innovative because right now it's just very safe, very vanilla, very predictable. They need someone who's completely different.
It would have to
And I don't think
be.
you're gonna get that Frank Reich or Brian Dable.
It would either have to be a quarterbacks coach from somewhere or an offense coordinator from the
Yeah,
college.
something like that. Go poach. I don't know. Go poach the quarterbacks. Go like a good example is the OC in Dallas. I forget his name. Like it's not Brian Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer's calling plays, but that OC is great because Dallas's offense is awesome this year. And they missed CeeDee Lamb for a number of games, and they're making George Pickens the second best receiver in the league this year. So
Yep.
I
Or
don't
the
know.
Seattle.
There's
How
younger
about the
play.
Seattle quarterbacks coach?
Yeah, yeah. So those types of guys, they're it usually goes by that quarterbacks coach, run game coordinator, bring them in as OCs, give them a chance. The only reason Patillo got a chance this year is because he was just waiting for ever, and he was like, if you don't give me the OC job, like I'm leaving, and he's Nick Sirianni's best friend. That's literally the only reason he got it. Because he had to wait for Kellen Moore. He had to wait for Brian Johnson. He had to wait for all these guys, and he's just been waiting and waiting and waiting. And they're like, okay, it's finally your turn. Let's see what you can do. And they wanted continuity, and look what happens. So I don't. It's the scheme's one thing, but the reason Shane Steichen and Kellen Moore were so good is because they knew how to call plays. They knew when to call plays. Their in-game play calling was really good. There was like one play setting up the other. Like Shane Steichen was so good at that. One play was setting up the next play, the next play, and the next play, and the next play. And it looked like a cohesive every play made sense. Every play had a reason that you were running it. Is because it was setting up for this play. And our best that's when our offense has ever looked the best, in my opinion. Better even than even the Kellen Moore years, but I don't know. I digress. We could talk about this forever. So
Yep. You guys have best bet. I have a best bet. Mine is Jags money line plus 108 from FanDuel.
I like Saquon Barkley to score. I think they're gonna get they're finally gonna get the
Touchdown.
run game going this week. The Bears game was
Yeah.
just a weird game. I don't know.
It was a short week, but that's not an excuse either.
I think that's the effects of losing Lane Johnson and how much that man really retired means to that offense. Speaking of which, the Eagles need to spend the first round pick this year on a right tackle.
I 1000% agree. I think they could have done it the last couple of years, to be honest. But
I think it's time. This is when you see Lane Johnson did the same thing with how they got Cam Jurgens when he did. I think they're probably a year or two late, but they need to get a good offensive old tackle
Yeah.
and start training to be his replacement.
Yep, I agree. Lane
Agree, too.
maybe has one more year after this. I'd be shocked if he has more than 2.
He's always hurt. I think he should retire, but
he's the best tackle in football, and you could argue he might be the best player, the most valuable player in football. Like literally, it's him and TJ Watt. If you take a look at their team records, when those two are playing and when they're not, they're the most valuable to their teams. And he's just always hurt. He always plays hurt because he's old, but he's awesome. But it's time. I agree. Completely agree, Planet. Completely agree. It's been time.
Do you have a best bet player this week?
I don't really have a best bet this week.
You guys have any final thoughts before we head out of here?
Nope. Hopefully, we're talking about an Eagles
week.
win next week.
Yep. Hopefully, we need it. We need a win badly. There's some teams that need to win badly, like Colts, Chiefs, Eagles. Those 3 teams, off the top of my head, and Lions. those 4 teams off the top of my head, I think need to win badly. Not badly, but they need to win just to get the momentum back to winning. Because those 4 teams are too good not to win this week. So with that said, I'm Money E, Chris, and Plymouth. We'll all see you next week. Bye, guys.
Later.
See ya.
Later. Oh, make sure to listen to the rest of 3 years on Friday. We'll be doing version of Ding Merrill wrestling. So I think it's Push, Book, and Fire. I believe I forget what it is. I forgot to ask Plymouth. But then Saturday for the rest of 3, not for the Win Tunes combined, 7:00 p.m. Eastern time. Will be the 18th episode of the Hour Power. So check that out with myself, Doug, Sean, and Wildcard Dave. So check that out, and then check out Dizzle 97 for Daniel's gaming channel and Fabcast with Mindy and Daniel every Sunday. And I'll be back maybe Friday for Premier League picks for match week 15. So for Money E, guys.